Buona parta, Leo. E andiamo, ragazzi. La partita della svolta. La partita per cambiare il trend negativo delle ultime due. Gufo malefico, Leo, che mi augura buona vittoria. E palla a noi perché qua ci dobbiamo sbrigare. Dai, ragazzi. C'è pure la gatta a farmi compagnia oggi.
First carry now for Nick Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he is going to have a Browns first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Handoff comes to Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Drop to throw. Bryant has it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll buy some time right.
Ooh.
Almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now this now, play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be
Che lancio di merda l'aveva fatto.
Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Mi è andata veramente bene.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 48. Rosa's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now Murray. It's caught by Mike Evans.
Porco troia, c'ero quasi a saccarlo. Porca troia, di poco. Guarda lì.
walking that fine line mentally too, as a
Peccato.
coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got his
No, ma come?
It's so easy to focus on the speed and
Ma
elusiveness
come?
of Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play.
Ma come?
First possession.
Yeah, that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes
Ma
it a
come
7-3
sta roba, dai.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just I like the way you've described
Da uccidere, guarda.
but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Second and 11.
Vabbè, ma il ricevitore cosa fa? Guarda.
Picked off at the 36. And
Vabbè, ma...
the score is a pick 6.
Cioè, il corner che fa di tutto per prendere il ricevitore, guarda.
Say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He didn't have very far
Uno
to go.
fermo e l'altro che va per prenderlo.
And
Vabbè.
he got there in a hurry.
Badgley on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Oh.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Ho visto che ce n'era.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, you know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line
Ma
of scrimmage,
porca
so it's a
troia.
sack.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 14. Back to throw here.
Vabbè, ma questo c'ha il mirino, comunque.
And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No, e guarda come tira basso, porca troia, guarda come tira basso.
2nd year, as you noted, on the job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. He will push his way down to about the 14. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Mike Evans. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He's having a... And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Go. 51 to Mike, boy. 51. 60 Bobcat. Mike 51. Ain't no such thing.
They'll look to throw. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Looks to me probably like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. I'm coming.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. Watch the run. Watch the run. 51.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
And they'll get him down up past the 15.
So many times in my career, coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
17 porche yards.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. immediately there.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the pass. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Murray now. He's got a man complete. A big connection.
Ma come cazzo si fa, dico io?
30 yards.
Roba da matti, guarda. Incredibile questa cosa. Tutto quello che può andare male.
We just saw Exhibit Z right there.
Safety di merda.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's put him on the bus.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Holding pazzesca lì, porca troia, guarda lì.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check.
Here's Murray. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Mike 54. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Don't say nothing.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. They'll roll him out right. Throw right side
Certo.
complete to Williams.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray.
Mamma mia, ma perché a me mai niente? A me mai niente. Mai niente a me.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah,
Mai
from his
niente a me.
viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Come on, let's go.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. That'll be taken.
Cosa fa quello? Ma vabbè, ma dai, ma che roba è? Mamma mia.
Touchdown on the year.
Incredibile quello lì.
Cardinals are able to add on to their 1st half lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then
Guarda
turn it into
quello.
bigger plays,
Ma cosa sta facendo quell'altro?
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Cardinals 28, Browns 3. Mike Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland offense ready to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
At the 28-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throw over the middle taken in. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Back to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
51 to Mike, boys, 51.
Tighten up, pull together.
Back 60. 51.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room.
Hey, what's up? Check.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here?
Non so cosa sia indicato come nominativo sul campanello di Via Donati 15. Comunque la porticina indipendente dove c'è l'ufficio delle ragazze è 15A, se hai bisogno di confermarlo al corriere, così non ci sono problemi, non viene rispedito di noi dietro tutti i pacchi dei condizionatori.
The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 25-yard line.
Mike 54. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. On the ball.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Murray fighting, lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Murray. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game.
Madonna mia.
Materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chunking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his target, Beckham. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
They'll look to throw here. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And out of bounds right around the 20. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Strip that ball. 51's Mike. Mike 51. Hey, come on up, come on up.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray, and he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
After the sack, they'll come out now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Snap comes to Murray at 1. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor, and they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A run for Nick Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Being chased out left. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's got it.
No, davvero.
A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns are back within a score. CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they're just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about it.
Morata! Deve entrare Morata qua, cazzo.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now Murray. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Open man is Galladay, complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Murray.
Ma perché stai lì fermo guardare, dico io? A guardare come una pera cotta. Guardalo, guardalo lì. Si gira. Anzi, lo fa pure, guarda, fra un po' lo lascia proprio andare.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. To throw, it's Murray. This is caught by
Ma no, è fuori, dai, cazzo. Poi guarda lì, cioè no. Guarda lì, guarda lì. Guarda lì in mezzo tuo. Bellissimo sto lancio. Grande giocata questa.
Murray now on 1st down. He's got it to Williams. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Connor. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Vabbè, dai, oh.
James Conner, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. The drive starts with a completion left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Back to throw now on first.
No!
Intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of
Perché le sue safety sono così intelligenti? E le mie no.
Return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now.
Cioè,
Lead moves to 17.
cioè di qui c'erano tutte le condizioni perché io lanciassi lungo, perché la safety è rimasta lì, no?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him.
Oh, a strip. The ball comes out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the handoff, Connor.
Chiaro. Che pagliacciata, guarda. Che pagliacciata.
With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals look like they're going to get back in the
Che pagliacciata questa. Che pagliacciata.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down.
Guarda quella guardia di merda lì che no, il 78 lì che non prende nessuno.
The Browns on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, alert. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
He'll look to throw.
Vabbè, ma proteggetemi, per favore, proteggetemi.
Losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Mamma mia, che disastro.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They're going to look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Mike's 50. Mike.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Harrison Bryant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50.
They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining.
No, ho sbagliato.
In the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Grazie, grazie Leo. Ho proprio sfasato in pieno.
Throwing now is Murray. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The Browns drive about to get started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He completes it to Beckham. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 34.
You know what? Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Check pass, check pass.
They'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as they'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. On play action, they'll throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Connor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw is Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw, Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And now he stops it with a spike at 8 seconds. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. A big offensive explosion leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cards, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.
Opa.